Hello everyone and welcome to the grand opening of the Buffalo Mountain Disc Golf Course out here in beautiful Willis, Virginia. Ace Run Productions proudly bringing you this coverage. I'm Felix.
And I am Conrad.
Conrad, we are out at one of the most immaculate pieces of property we've ever seen before. What can we look forward to here?
Well, this is the grand opening, so this is going to be a first look at this course. We have the course designer who gave us a little insights into the holes that we'll be looking at here. But first, let's start off with our MPO feature card for round one. We have Jordan Davidson from Knoxville, Tennessee, showing that he has the guns to take it up. Coming from the bottom, now he's here. Cody Bradshaw out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. He just cool. Joey Lutz, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Zach Melton out of Kingsport, Tennessee. I think that's the correct pronunciation.
That's gotta be right. It's a CH.
Hey, this is Scott Snow, course designer here at Buffalo Mountain Disc Golf. Hole 1, we are starting off with a pretty unique shot here. I don't know many courses where you're throwing down an old quartz mining road, but yes, this property used to be mined for quartz, and we're using that road that they used to use to haul their loads off of the property. So this is pretty unique to this hole right here.
First off the tee, Jordan Davidson.
I want to give a special shout out to Sticks and Stones for supporting the drone footage that is Scott Snow's disc golf design company.
Getting one of the early trees there.
Cody,
so we know exactly who to blame.
Yeah, the pros here are playing the longest layout on this property. There are multiple layouts on each hole. I believe 2 pin positions and 2 tees on just about every hole out here. Getting early there too.
There is a gap, people. There is a gap. They haven't found it yet, but there is one there.
Maybe Joey will show us here. We've had Joey on the channel before at different events. Very talented backhand and a forehand player. Be exciting to see how he carves up this new course. He yanks it right.
Yeah, that is
off the fairway on the right-hand side. With this being a newer course, it'll be interesting to see what kind of lines are out there.
Zach Melton.
Yeah, the course designer does expect the course to mature over the next 2 years is his timeline before he comes out and does any reevaluations. I think they said his name wrong.
Yeah, they said Zach. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. We're obviously messing around. We're good friends with Zach, and always fun to have him on the channel as he gives it a nice run, finding the gap there and putting himself about 28 feet or so from the pin.
Proving that there is a fairway.
Jordan here trying to find a line to make his way back towards the pin. Gets a lot of forward push.
That's a nice forehand there. Stayed straight for a long time.
Clipping one of the last limbs there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, he should be down there, at least if he's not in the circles, that circle's edge.
Cody here, member of Team Discraft, lining up. Can't tell if that's a buzz or a zone. Pretty straight flying, so I don't think that was a zone. 393, not an easy starting hole. There's a specific gap you have to hit, and you can see if you don't hit that gap, your chances of getting up and down for par are greatly reduced.
Oh, nice overhand play there. The basket you see to your left is the short pin. It's not the one that we're going to. We're going to the longer location there that's in blue. I can attest that this hole is twoable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you get the 2 when we played this practice round?
I just missed it. I had the putt that was just outside the circle, but I just missed it.
Shot with a long bid, just knifing across the basket there.
There it is. There's the par save.
Very good putt there. Minimizing the damage there, getting the par. And Zach taking advantage of that tree kick he got there on a solid drive, putting it in for the birdie, taking an early one-stroke lead on his teammates and even more on some others.
First hole in the books. Got a little bit of everything there, par, bogey, and birdies.
Hole 2, we're going to take advantage of the elevation on the property here and step up to this tier just up to the corner. Players are going to then be moving to the right where it kind of levels off a little bit. Give these guys a breather to walk on some semi-level ground, and then we're going to hit left and continue uphill right here and use all that elevation we can.
I'm not sure if he spoke enough about the elevation, because there is some serious elevation at this hole.
It is treacherous. Zach actually has a little bit of an advantage being left-handed here. He kind of can naturally shape something back to the landing area as he did there. If you're right-handed, though, hyzer is probably the play to get up towards the 2/3 of the way up here on this initial hill. And it's a bad kick there over to the left.
Yeah, but you always got to be concerned about the trees.
Cody's got a big arm here. He can probably disc down to something like a fairway and put himself in position that may be a little too straight.
Ooh, another tree hit. Yeah, and you really want to be up on the flat. You don't want to be on the hill whatsoever, because that's just going to complicate your second throw.
But getting up to that top where that spotter is requires all of 400 plus worth of power. See one of the upshots coming in. So full disclosure here, while climbing up this incredibly steep hill, I did take a tumble and the camera kind of fell apart. So as the battery came out from the camera, it erased some of the footage from my side of these upshots. So that's why we're seeing the catch cam footage as these guys trek their way up here. As you can see Jordan lining up his shot. And no filmmakers or cameras were injured in the making of this film.
Well, you just said it was injured.
The camera was put together again.
Okay. The camera was injured, but not permanently, just a little.
Just a bit, there we go.
Just a little flesh wound.
Zach going with a forehand here for a placement shot, and works out pretty well.
To Zach's credit, I think he was playing this completely blind. He hasn't seen anything on the course.
Good forehand approach there by Joey. We mentioned at the beginning he is very proficient in both forehand and backhand. You're going to see quite a bit of that throughout this round here. Cody turning that one over.
He knew it as soon as he released it, too.
And here we are with some player cam again. Nice touch sidearm there. Getting up towards the pin. Zach here with his third, I believe.
Yeah. Without knowing exactly where to land and basically the lay of the land, it's difficult to really land where you need to, because if you're just off by a little bit, you end up with this scramble shot that you have to manufacture just to make some progress.
Yeah, this is the hole that you can take a very big number on it. Even playing smart does not guarantee you a par. Most of the pros that played it this first round really thought that this played and averaged out more of like a par 5, as Zach gives that a bid for the par.
We'll probably see that happen as the course matures and they reevaluate if this plays or averages, more like a 5 than a 4, because George just did a lot of work there. That felt like more than just a par.
Yeah, absolutely. But a fantastic job there of getting up and down for the 4. Cody taking the 5 there. And there are some areas as this course kind of softens where maybe you can cut the corner a bit if you get to a specific landing area to give yourself a better look for a possible 4 or maybe a 3. But again, with time, that's gonna something that just occurs naturally on the course as people play it.
Yeah. And that's why the course designer said 2 years would be a good break-in point to see exactly what is what. Not a huge disc golf scene necessarily in the area, but it is a destination place.
Yes.
So it's not going to get the same amount of traffic as a course that's in the city or whatnot, but it will get some traffic. In about 2 years, I think it'll be nicely matured.
Absolutely.
Here we are on hole 3. This is a very technical hole. You want to hit this initial gap here and then have something that floats softly down the hill. There are a couple gaps you can choose to hit on either side of this tree in front of us with the V there. Most players are probably going to opt to go to the left side as our drone did and land as softly as possible down here. Hopefully not glide too far.
Yeah, you mentioned this being a destination course. Definitely want to check out cabinsofftheparkway.com. We had the fortune of staying on site, and they offer beautiful cabins with tremendous amenities, and the views out here. We're trying to do it justice with this coverage, but you have to see this place for yourself.
And Joey going with the roller.
That's such a tricky play. I like it.
It
though.
is.
There were a lot of logs down there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like it's gutsy because you're doing it downhill, but there's so much stuff down there that can stop you or not.
Right. Zach turning into an overhand player here. Floating a tomahawk
Was that
down?
a left-handed tomahawk? I don't know how that
Look
works.
at this play out.
Is that the equivalent of a thumber? No.
Everything reverse spin. I don't know. It's like toilets.
Yeah, because the other one
Australia.
thumbers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take the same flight, but they did not quite work out. So everyone is down the hill, which is a bonus because there is a possibility of getting stuck up top. I know from personal experience.
Yeah. And that one just floating past there, but a good little backstop there to keep him somewhat in range there as we got Jordan up next.
Yeah, it's easy to go down the hill or to continue to go down the hill if you're trying to bang something from a long way.
Yeah, you end up going towards 4's pad. If you continue down that hill. Nice touchy approach. Cody coming back up now.
Oh, yeah.
Nice par putt there. And we got our first run back here at the Buffalo Mountain Disc Golf Course. Cody centering that putt after going a little long on his approach, saving the par. Beautifully done there.
Zach making easy work with the birdie, tapping that in from about 20-25 feet. And Jordan saving his par, getting extra scramble points from being over where he was.
What's on that mini?
Yeah, Joey pitched up as well and took his par there. There we see one of the property owners, Miss Nancy Floyd. This event was also being featured on local news.
Hole 4, pretty shot here, right over the creek, through the rhododendron forest, as we like to call it. It's a pretty tight shot, somewhat of a tunnel, I guess you could say, and you do want to finish pretty hard to the left, something that might even get some skip action, and right up here to the green, little elevated basket on those rocks there.
this is one of the holes that you come out here for.
Pick out.
It is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
It's so peaceful with the water running through and just the scenery around here. Zach finding some not such a peaceful landing area though, as he's going to be early on the left-hand side. That's the one thing you really need to avoid on this hole.
It's left or right, really. Being in the rhododendron forest is just, it's automatic, natural OB. You're taking a stroke. You might advance a little bit, but you're not likely to.
Oh, that's maybe worst case scenario there.
You're not likely to score from out of there.
Yeah, honestly, if you could push something towards that short pin and just go straight the entire time, that even without the fade, that gives you a much better opportunity to score on this hole. That looks pretty good. He's gone a little long, but he'll have a much cleaner line there to approach and save a par than what the other three players you're going to be dealing with, as you can see.
Yeah, imagine being in that and having to figure out how to get out.
Right. And he's looking in every possible direction and decides there is nothing there, so he's just going to pitch back across onto the fairway.
Wow.
And gets cleanly back out.
I mean, even to have that type of out going up is, it took some skill to execute that shot, let's put it that way.
He's still throwing an overhand, trying to cut the corner a bit. And that was executed to perfection there, as he drops it inside the bullseye.
No? No. You got a little overhand?
Yeah.
This hole is part of the reason why hole 3 exists, is to get down to this scenery and take advantage of this, because this isn't on other parts of the property. That kind of gets through, but not all the way through, but he may have a look depending on how those branches square up.
Jordan in the thicket as well, punching up and over. Get some friendly kicks towards the pin.
I'm really impressed with their ability to get out and make some advancement. I know when I was in there, there was just pitching out was the smartest play.
Yeah, I remember one of the trees tried to take your bag.
Yeah, it did.
At one point. Just wouldn't let you go.
Tried to take it off of my back.
Because he's what Zach is dealing with. He's got a very small window to try and approach the screen here.
He might be actually trying to make this putt. He has enough airspace, it looks like.
Oh, God.
He was running it.
Yeah.
Had the speed on it, clipped that last guardian there in front, and now let's see if he can get around it here on his putt. He does. That's a good bogey considering what he just went through.
You're right. Rough's bad.
Yeah, I'd warned Zach ahead of time, don't go off the fairway on this hole. But he didn't listen.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan did it.
Well, I don't think anyone did, really.
Impressive pars, being able to scramble from where these guys were.
Straight up and down, Joey. Nobody plays that hole this way.
Nobody should play that hole that way.
Here we are on hole 5. It is a very steady leftward moving hole. A really good shot for a right backhand. Throw it on a hyzer and just let it hold that hyzer the whole way. It actually is also a great lefty shot if you have a nice backhand turnover. Hey, there's a cow in the background, that's cool. And the green is right here, some ferns, nice pretty hole.
We're going to try to flex something left and have it pan back to the right at the end of its flight.
I think he pushed a little too far down the fairway, not getting enough turn at the end.
It's a very tight turning hole here, but I feel like the backhand may not necessarily give you the birdie look besides like a jumper.
No, I think
going to be a bit down
I
there.
hit something that went like low left, I think.
If you can get down to where that creek is, you'll have a look at it.
You can get to the circle with the right backhand.
Oh my God. Well, I tried to swing it. Swung it.
Unfortunate early hit there for Zach, so he's going to be in full scramble mode from there. Joey with a beautiful flip up forehand.
Wow.
Moving towards the left.
Oh, he hits something and falls down. But he's in the fairway, so won't have to scramble too much. Just a simple upshot to get there. Now Zach's far enough back that he's still teeing off basically.
Oh, it's too tight.
Trying to slice in a forehand there, but you can see he's still, that's the short pin you see there at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, so Joey just have this little pitch over.
That's a little aggressive.
Goodness, almost bringing up the 2.
I wanted to say good putt, Joe.
Soft little forehand, beautifully done there, slicing through the forest. And Zach here still pitching up another forehand to the green, and that's going to be a drop-in
Wow,
bogey
look at
there.
that.
Nice touch. Zach's scramble game, very underrated. And again, playing this course blind doesn't help.
Yeah.
Joey dropping in, nice par putt there.
I don't know, the whole like hanging right here for about a half a second.
It hit the last chain. What's wrong? Great shoe.
Cody tapping in for his par.
Old Gare Bear.
Jordan should
He said,
follow up with the same.
Is he playing Myrtle Beach
He is.
right now?
Yeah, I saw he said second tournament
And Zach with,
in 2
Zach
weeks.
with
I'm
his
like,
drop
no
in
way,
bogey.
he's back.
Hole 5's in the books. Moving on to hole 6. There's no words to describe hole 6, but let's see what the course designer can come up with.
Here we are going back uphill. Another technical shot with the challenge of elevation. Pretty nonetheless. A lot of ferns here to kind of hold the dirt in place and catch discs from skipping or rolling too far back down to the left. We've got this old stump here I thought was very unique and had to stick a basket in it, so there we are.
Now, don't let the distance on this shot fool you. This is not a 252-foot shot.
Oh,
Ooh,
goodness.
whoa.
That is a terrible kick down the way.
That's worst case scenario.
As you can see, Cody getting ready. These guys are throwing full distance drivers on
Yes.
this hole and hoping to get up there. And
Oh,
that's
it's
another terrible
bad
kick.
I don't even know what happens when you get kicked to the left. I don't, other than just continuously downhill.
Joey throwing a wraith
On the
forehand
forehand.
up the hill, and
Wow.
that's got to be one of the best shots this hole's ever seen. He's in position for the birdie.
I wouldn't say it is the best shot the hole's ever seen.
Probably so. Zach here looking to follow that line and kicks early.
I told you, he's actually hit first available.
He's done that quite a bit so
let's
far.
See him kicking the scramble game here.
Turning it over.
And wow.
Sit down. What a
Look at that.
spectacular shot there from Zach. Again, throwing way uphill. Basically blind to the target. Just trusting an Anheuser forehand all the way up there to fade out at the end. And getting a little friendly roll back.
Jordan's trying to find a lane and execute on it, but he gets clipped just as he gets to the circle, and now he's going to be not quite back down the hill, but going to have some complexity getting to that shot.
No way, little Lynn. No way.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
No way, little Lynn.
Go in.
Oh,
Ooh,
good
good
hit
bit.
there. At least these guys are having fun out
Yeah.
here.
No way, little limb. Good putt,
Fantastic
save par.
Yeah. Great scramble there after the little limb tried to ruin it for him. Joey here. Birdie. Feels like an eagle, I'm sure, on this hole. That is incredible. getting some love from the card mates.
He gets to sign the basket, right?
Don't do that. And Zach with a remarkable par save.
Yeah, again, very underrated scramble game. That was just... I mean, there's no question that scramble shot was better than his tee shot. Just
Oh, 100%. And he would be the first to tell you. He is working to be 1 over par out here. Everyone over par so far, but you can see this course has some teeth. Check out our Patreon over at patreon.com/AceRunPro. Become an Ace Runner starting for as little as $3 a month. You get early access, exclusive access, monthly and quarterly giveaways. Again, all starting at $3 a month. Become an Ace Runner today.
Hole 7 here, the last of the uphill string. Some players will opt to take the left side and then throw an upshot from there straight over to the pen. Our drone here is flying straight up the middle. It's a pretty tight gap to hit. It is there. Once you come into the green though, it's going to slope a little bit to the right, so you want to have a nice soft landing coming into here.
This is another hole that'll probably get a review after some tournaments and some play. It's been a 450-foot uphill par 3.
It's 100% a par 4. Let's just not sugarcoat it. It's 100% a par 4.
Even the way that Scott just said that you need to play it is a par 4.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That sneaks through on the right-hand side there. That actually cuts off some of the distance on the hole and possibly gets you a shortcut to look for the 3, which would preferably be a birdie, but it is. If you're I know you're playing for a raw score here, but
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Come back.
Zach continues to get some evil kicks off of the tee, and once again he'll have to engage scramble mode. Oh, I would have loved to have seen what that was going to do.
That was just... Yeah, this course is really showing its teeth and its greenery, and it is a new course, but those trees that they're hitting are not going anywhere anytime soon.
Zach throwing something way up the hill. You can see there on the middle of your screen again.
That's not normal.
Avoided 100 trees at least on the way. He can't believe it. He doesn't know how good the shot is yet from down there until he walks up. So as he's walking up, he's pleasantly surprised to see where he ended up. Jordan going with looked like a roller, and it kind of works out until it keeps going a little bit way down the hill there. We'll see where he ends up.
I can't even fathom throwing a roller in this forest with the greenery and just not knowing what is on the ground. I mean, you could easily hit a rock or hit anything that just... Ooh,
Goodness.
does that.
Another kick to the right. And it has gone back down towards the right-hand side, and anything on that right-hand side just slopes away from this target as you're basically climbing up this mountain here for the last 2 holes. And this is a beautiful forehand approach shot there, getting him to the green.
No!
Cody got a little bit of a late kick there, but he's going to be in fine position. Joey's down there looking at a gap. Hits the gap. Almost hits the cameraman.
Did it hit him? Oh no, he got the move, dude. Did it hit you?
No.
You can be honest, it hit you, right?
No.
Coming up the hill. Oh my goodness, for the par.
That's not a par, that's a birdie.
An incredible 3. Jordan coming all the way back up that hill and centering that jump putt. If he misses that, he's either short behind it or hits the cage and it's gone. Zach here, after scrambling to get into this position with
another par/birdie. Look at this run back.
Back-to-back run backs. These guys are putting on a putt clinic here on hole 7. Zach putting the judge up and into the chains.
That is the strong side for him. Ooh.
Loving it.
Ooh. Yes.
Incredible 3 save for Zach. Joey putting that one home for the bogey there. I think it was at this point that you said that Zach Melton's got an 1100 rated scramble game today.
I mean, it's evident. It's clear.
He's finding holes and gaps that don't exist throughout this course.
Did you leave it down?
I almost did.
Oh, yeah. Jordan left his bag and everything down there after he ran up making that putt. So now he's got to go all the way back down the mountain to grab his gear.
Man, just think about it. Who would you want as your doubles partner?
I'd pick Zach. His scramble game is incredible. Yeah. And he's left-handed.
Here we are on hole 8. There's a pretty low ceiling here. That is intentional. We want to keep our players honest with these low shots, carving this fairway up. Moving to the right pretty steadily off the tee. Most likely, players are wanting to land around in here before they start approaching back into the woods to the left. And a little hyzer finish for the right backhand to the green.
I took a little sneaky gap that really probably isn't the actual play, but will be at some point.
Come back. Come back. There you go.
Forehand there. Forehand's a good play here to get you in position on this fairway.
Yeah, this is all. The first shot is all about position.
We're back on somewhat flat ground here, so after trekking the last 2 holes, you kind of get rewarded here with this beautiful shot. And Zach goes a little high on the hillside and gets punished for throwing a good shot.
I'm not sure if that's punished or not. Being up there blocked him off totally. He has options from down at the bottom.
They're not good options.
Well, there's more options than he had up top. Just think, I'm going to tell you what's to the right side. To the right side is the Christmas tree farm. So, options of being in the Christmas tree farm or on the edge of the fairway. That's so low. So you want to get a skip and flare?
It does, but it kind of hangs
forward.
out.
Yeah.
You're really just trying to get into that gap there. That the drone kind of cut in early, but if you go another 60 feet, that gap that you're looking at there.
The gap on the left is the ideal gap. The gap that the drone came through is the one right there in the middle. It's a play. It's good. It's tight right now, but I think, like I said, as the course develops, it'll be a little bit more open. Throwing a roller and
cutting back towards the opening there. We'll see where he actually ended up.
I think he just passed the opening.
So from that gap, Joey, it's pretty easy up and down? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Feels good. Good for you, Joe? You probably got a really good player. Yeah.
Zach here conferring with his card mates where the actual opening to the gap is to land this shot. Looks like he's got a harp in his hand.
Yeah.
Yep, and he's actually in the gap.
So that's the real gap that you want to be at there. Joey lining up a forehand roller, it looks like, here as well.
Okay. Oh, he hits one of the tree. He hits the tree and then gets stopped by the wire. Now Jordan's on the other side of the wire trying to make something happen here.
Another roller. It's never a good day when you're throwing multiple rollers on a hole.
Especially when you're in the woods.
Yeah.
Like if you were playing fairway golf, the golf course, maybe.
Soft little
that's
flick
nice
there.
touch.
It's a late tree, but he's still well in the side of his range.
Mm-hmm.
Zach lining up.
Zach with a clear look at it. Just doing a nice little floater to slide up. And perfect. Another great upshot there. He was debating on where to stand because there is some barbed wire there.
That's what I was trying to avoid.
Giving him a hard time because he called over the car just to talk about the wire and relief situation there. Great putt. And then he just ends up taking it where it was anyway, so it was a moot point. Another big putt there for Jordan Davidson. That's back-to-back holes with some nice putts. Joey on the right-hand side gets it to stick.
But yeah, it does beg a question. What do you do?
right? Yeah, you kind of like stuck because it's such a good hole. Like
This
I love
is a
it.
great little green.
Right?
Like maybe he moves the feet off somewhere. 40 feet.
What if you put the basket like up here?
Dang,
So you
I
have
would
the
bet for
inside.
sure we were going that way.
Yeah, we're going up.
All right.
And that's one of the reasons why you love having these pros out for this event. You get that feedback, and they were talking to the course owner the entire time about the course itself.
Hole 9, you're throwing out of a cove of Christmas trees up to this corner here. You want to split the gap. Once again, we've got a low ceiling most of the way. Right here in this landing zone, you could go high if you wanted to, if you had the power, up and over, out into this opening. Otherwise, you're going to want to keep it low still and get up here for par.
I do have to admit, this is one of my favorite holes on the front. Part of the reason, not just because of how beautiful it is and how it plays, but you're actually going downhill.
Yeah, you get the reward here for climbing
Over top?
6 and 7. Zach here with a mid-range, throwing a trust.
Trying to hit the
Flip
gap,
a little bit. Oh my.
and he does perfectly.
Look at
and
this
just
skip.
and just glides down.
He's a way down there, and he'll have a pretty open look to approach the green for his possible birdie there. Beautiful shot.
Miss it all.
Throwing a little
one.
high, clipping a limb that's just pushing him off a line and into the woods. Not far into the woods, but anytime that you're in the woods, it's always questionable if you'll be able to get out and make progress.
Really looking forward to see how Joey would attack that hole. He's got such a versatile sidearm game with that low flick. I wanted to see if he can push something on that left side and have it just fade back late.
What's wrong with the roller here? Yes, it
It
is.
is.
Oh, it did not turn
That is
Hitting
over.
something.
It's holding cut and going into the
Man,
woods.
and that fought to get in there. It didn't just get in the woods; it was fighting.
Oh yeah, it might still be going.
That's it.
Good shot there, just on the edge.
Leading him outside with the actual look at getting to the basket, not actual putt, but
You're able to see the target from where he is.
yep,
You
no
see the
more
basket.
obstructions.
Jordan early left and clipping some stuff there and staying on the left-hand side there, the fairway. And we finally get to Zach's drive as he's got Macy Veladiaz's Tour Series Justice here, and
Ooh, you tried to throw that in.
that's pretty
Maybe
good.
maybe inside. I don't think it was that bad. I thought stick.
So Joey's over here at closer to the other basket position, trying to fight out to the blue, and wow, he gets out. It wasn't clean, but he got out and made a lot of progress getting to the basket. He will be looking at a putt.
Going with the roller here, trying to get his way back up towards the green. And gives him a look from there,
Mission accomplished.
unobstructed.
Cody, now, I said there was no obstacles. I didn't even think about the wind.
Yeah. Oh, and that
Yes.
lifts immediately out of his hand and sails. And the flag's not even moving.
But the wind
you
was
can
moving by
feel it.
him, yeah. The leaves behind him were up, and
That stayed lifted as well.
there may be some heavy fans. I mean, flags if they're not moving at all.
Yeah, oh, there you
it
go.
is.
Yeah, and you can hear it too faintly in the background. There's Zach with a birdie look here. Just a touch low. Joey low as well. In that last ring of the cage there.
I would not have ever predicted this.
Yeah,
Was that not all 4 players with basically a metal hit?
Yeah,
Wow.
we got a lift after a couple of drops.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a couple of bogeys there. Zach will card the par to close out the front 9 here of the first round ever here at the Buffalo Mountain Disc Golf Course. You can see tight battle so far amongst these 4 players.
Excited to see what the back half brings, as I think the back half is a little bit more scoreable for these guys, but still just as beautiful as the front 9.
Yeah, absolutely. We invite you to come on back and check out the back 9 of this beautiful course and property again. Big thank you to the property owners, Mike and Nancy Floyd. Big thank you for putting on this event, and thank you for checking out the action here from the grand opening of the Buffalo Mountain Disc Golf Course. We'll see you on the back 9 for round 1.